Wrap up this hour's news. Thank you for joining. You're listening to BEFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is Busan Worldwide with Stephanie Yoon. BEFM 부산영어방송.
This Sunday, the monsoon season is likely to begin nationwide, starting from Jeju Island and the nation's southern coast. It doesn't look like Busan will be much affected for the weekend, though. 네, 부산에서의 주말 나들이에는 큰 지장이 없어 보이는데요. However, it's still a good idea to pay close attention to the weather forecast and make plans accordingly. Well, this is Busan Worldwide, and I'm your host, Stephanie Yoon. Good morning, listeners. Welcome to Busan Worldwide on this wonderful Friday morning. It is June 23rd. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday so far, and also TGIF. And thank you so much for tuning in to BFM 부산 영어 방송. So according to the Korea Meteorological Administration, the monsoon season is expected to start across the country from Sunday and Monday, so 25th and 26th, as an atmospheric depression develops along the stationary front. 네, 27일 이후에도 덥고 습한 공기가 몰려오면서 비가 자주 내릴 가능성이 높다고 전망했는데요. Yes, even after the 27th, there is a high probability of frequent rain as hot and humid air continues to flow in. Now, monsoon season typically lasts for about a month on average, but it doesn't mean that it will rain non-stop throughout that period. 장마는 평균적으로 한 달 정도 이어지지만 이 기간 내내 비가 내리는 것은 아닙니다. So the actual rainy days influenced by the stationary front are usually around 12 to 16 days. In recent years, there has been a tendency for monsoon season and rainfall to fluctuate due to abnormal climate patterns. In 2020, monsoon season lasted until mid-August, setting a record for the longest duration. In 2021, monsoon season ended with a very short period, mainly concentrated in the central region. Last year, there was also a phenomenon of a second round of monsoon occurring after the first one ended. And this year, monsoon season is expected to be unusually long. 네, 올해 장마철은 유난히 길 것으로 예상되고 있는데요. 아무쪼록 큰 피해 없이 지나가기를 바랍니다. Yes, here's to hoping that the monsoon season passes without causing significant damage. Now, listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to Busan Worldwide. Let me tell you what we have going on for the next hour. Coming up next, we have The Interview. This is our main segment for today. And especially for today, we have Suyong District Mayor in the studio to tell us about what's going on in the district of Suyong. So stay tuned for that. After that, we have Up Busan 2030 and our Friday segment called 변은샘의 News Insight. And as always, we are live on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube and search BEFM or 부산영어방송 and even send us messages on YouTube as well. From Busan to the world, Busan Worldwide. 오늘의 더 인터뷰 라이브로 만나보시죠. Now it's time for The Interview. As we know, people from all over the country flock to Busan's beaches during summer. Now, for a while, Haeundae was synonymous with Busan's beaches, but these days, more and more young people are turning to Gwangalli. It has to do with the weekly Saturday night drone shows, as well as the plethora of cafes and restaurants that are some of the hottest spots in the city. So for today's The Interview, we've invited the mayor of Suyong District, Mr. 강성태. It's definitely a second time for him to visit us here at The Interview, so it's great to see you here again for The Interview. 네, 최근에 광안리를 선호하는 젊은이들이 많아졌다고 합니다. 매주 토요일마다 펼쳐지는 드론쇼는 물론 맛집, 카페 등 핫플레이스들이 많이 생겼기 때문이라는데요. 오늘 더 인터뷰에서는 강성태 수영구청장 모시고 자세한 이야기 나눠보겠습니다. 안녕하십니까?
안녕하십니까?
네, 반갑습니다. 지난해 뵙고 또 뵈니 더욱 반갑습니다. Now, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio today. We're going to be talking all about the Suyong district today. So, the weekly Saturday night drone show has really become a killer content for the beach, and it's been received very well. So, let's talk about this. 네, 매주 토요일 광안리 해변에서 펼쳐지는 드론 쇼가 킬러 콘텐츠로 확실히 자리를 잡은 것 같습니다. 시민들 반응이 정말 좋죠?
네, 저도 매주 현장에서 시민들하고 함께 하고 있습니다만은 장면 하나하나에 탄성과 감탄을 하시는 모습을 보면 큰 보람을 느낍니다. 지난해 6월부터 금년 5월까지 1년간 광안리 유동 인구 빅데이터 분석 시스템으로 집계한 관람객 수가 154만 명이고요. 상설 공연의 경우 1회당 최대 3만여 명이 모이고 특별 공연의 경우는 최대 5만여 명까지 인파가 운집하였습니다.
네.
또 광안리 드론쇼는 2022년 부산 10대 히트 상품으로 선정이 되었고요. 또 방문하고 싶은 부산 여행지 1위로 부산관광공사에서 조사된 바가 있고요. 한국관광공사 홈페이지 최다 검색 1위를 기록하기도 했습니다. 우리 현재의 드론쇼에 안주하지 않고 전국 최초 상설 드론쇼의 원조인 광안리 드론쇼의 명성에 걸맞게 우리나라를 대표하는 K 킬러 컨텐츠가 될 수 있도록 더욱더 발전시켜 나가고자 합니다.
네, 기대됩니다. So it's very exciting to hear about this. He said he watches it on the scene every week as we're talking about the weekly Saturday night drone show, and it feels very rewarding to see and hear people's reactions to the show. Based on the big data analysis of the number of visitors from last June to this May, 1,540,000 people visited 광안리. Now, they had up to 30,000 people for regularly scheduled performances and up to 50,000 for special performances. Now, the 광안리 Drone Show has won multiple awards, including being a part of Busan's Development Institute's top 10 Busan hits, and also Busan Tourism Organization's most desired travel spot, and was the most searched word on the Korea Tourism Corporation website. Now, District Mayor Kang says that the district isn't going to stop there, but will continue to showcase and develop the country's first regularly scheduled drone show so that it will live up to its name and become the world's or country's best K-killer content. Well, I hear that the drone show got big updates starting this month, so let's talk a bit about this as well. 네, 6월부터는 드론 쇼가 한층 업그레이드 됐다고 하는데요. 어떻게 달라졌습니까?
네, 광안리 드론쇼가 벌써 3년 차에 접어들면서 이제는 부산을 넘어 명실상부한 우리나라 대표 야간 관광 상품으로 발돋움하였습니다. 우리 군은 여기에 만족하지 않고 대한민국 드론쇼의 기준이자 트렌드를 넘어 메가 트렌드의 중심으로 자리매김하기 위해서 광안리 드론쇼를 한층 더 업그레이드 하였습니다. 먼저 매주 토요일 개최되는 상설 공연의 규모가 기존 500대에서 600대로 100대 더 확대되었고요. 특별 공연은 광안리 드론쇼가 가지고 있는 국내 최대 규모 신기록 1,500대를 다시 한번 갱신해서 2,000대로 3회 개최할 예정입니다.
네.
여름 성수기와 공휴일 연휴 등 관람객들이 많이 모이는 시기에 천대 특별 공연도 3회 추가 진행할 계획입니다. 그동안 드론쇼의 짧은 공연 시간에 대한 아쉬움을 많이 의견을 주셨는데요. 기존 10분에서 12분으로 공연 시간을 연장해서 컨텐츠를 보다 풍성하게 운영하고 있습니다.
네.
또한 다양한 형태로 펼쳐지는 이착륙 기술과 불꽃 드론 공연 등 각종 특수 연출을 추가해서 더욱 볼거리를 강화할 예정입니다.
네, 전국의 많은 분들이 이 드론 쇼를 보기 위해서 부산을 더 많이 찾을 것 같습니다. Now, he shared that this is the third year of the show, and the district has upgraded the program. So not only is it the metric by which other drone shows measure themselves against, but also at the heart of mega trends. First, they have added 100 additional drones to the regular shows for a 600 drone show, and also special shows will break its previous record of 1,500 drones to 2,000 devices. There will be 3 of these special shows planned, and also on top of that, there will be 3 additional special performances with 1,000 drones during peak holiday season. The show is now 12 minutes instead of 10, and the district plans to add special effects like landing and takeoff techniques and even firework drones. Well, as this is the killer content that represents Gwangalli, safety is of the utmost priority, of course. So what safety measures are in place? 광안리를 대표하는 킬러 콘텐츠인 만큼 안전하게 운영되어야 할 텐데요. 어떤 안전 대책을 갖고 있습니까?
네, 앞에서 말씀을 드렸습니다마는 광안리 드론쇼 상설 공연의 경우 회당 최대 3만여 명, 또 특별 공연의 경우는 5만여 명까지 인파가 운집함에 따라서 지난 2월부터 더욱 강화된 안전대책을 수립하고 시행하고 있습니다.
네.
먼저 시민 안전을 고려하여 공연 장소를 수영구 생활문화센터 앞에서 밀락 해변공원 방면으로 변경해서 관람객과의 안전거리를 기존 30m에서 50m로 확대하였습니다.
네.
뿐만 아니라 드론 해상 진출 거리를 150m에서 200m로 확대하고 이동 속도를 초당 7m에서 5m로 완화하여 이상신호 감지 시에는 안전한 해상으로 즉시 강화할 수 있도록 조치하고 있습니다. 또한 1000대 이상 특별공연의 경우 안전요원은 기존 대비 42명이 정원된 100명으로 확대하고 전문 경호 인력도 배치하고 있습니다. 모두의 안전과 편안한 관람을 위해 관람객 여러분께서도 혼잡한 보도가 아닌 쾌적하고 넓은 백사장에서 드론쇼를 관람하여 주실 것을 당부드리며 팁을 하나 드리면요.
네.
광안리 드론쇼 명당 자리는 바로 만남의 광장 앞 백사장입니다.
그렇군요. 팁 감사합니다. Alright, so he said with, as he mentioned, there's just tens of thousands of people flocking to see Gwangalli drone show. So he said improved safety measures are in place as of February. First, the show has been relocated from the Suyang District Culture Center to Millak Waterfront Park area to put more space, previously 30 meters to 50 meters between the drones and the viewers for safety. Also, the drones are further out into the sea from 150 meters to 200 meters, and they move at a slower speed so that if the technicians see any abnormal signs, they can move them immediately to the sea where it's safe. Also, for larger scale special performances with maybe 1,000 drones or more, 100 safety personnel will be dispatched along with professional guards. And for the sake of safety, he urges, visitors to also come down to the sand rather than on the sidewalk to watch the drone show. Also, an insider tip he shared, the best place to watch the show is the beach right by the 만남의 광장 space. So you can definitely remember that next time you go see Gwangalli Beach drone show as well. Now, listeners, if you're just tuning into Busan Worldwide, we're in the middle of the interview with Mayor of Suyang District, Mr. 강성태, and we're talking about different things that's happening in Suyang and also Gwangan Beach as well. Now let's talk about Millak Waterfront Park. It's a popular nighttime spa with a view of Gwangan Bridge as well. But starting July, drinking alcohol will be banned from the park. So can you tell us more about this? 네, 광안대교를 감상하며 야간 피서지로 인기를 끌었던 밀락 수변공원이 오는 7월부터 금주구역으로 지정이 됐는데요. 이 내용도 전해주시죠.
네, 오는 7월 1일부터 밀락 수변공원은 금주구역으로 운영됩니다.
네.
2021년 국민건강증진법이 개정 시행되면서 음주 폐해 예방과 주민의 건강 증진을 위해 지방자치단체 조례로 금주구역을 지정할 수 있도록 권한이 위임됨에 따라 우리 군은 지난해 11월에 부산시 최초로 금주구역 지정 관련 조례를 개정하여 전문가 의견 수렴과 설문조사, 주민 설명회 등 여러 가지 검토 과정을 거쳐 최종 결정하게 되었고요.
네.
금주를 하게 되면 인근 상인분들이 매출 감소를 많이 걱정하고 계십니다.
네.
그런데 음주 청정 구역이라는 쾌적한 공원 환경 속에서 다양한 문화 콘텐츠와 여가를 즐길 수 있게 된다면 가족 단위 방문객들이 더 많이 찾아올 것으로 기대하고 있습니다. 이를 위해 지난 태풍 흰남노로 인한 피해 시설물을 조속히 정비하고 경관 개선 사업을 통한 환경 개선과 포스터팟 조성, 다이닝 테이블과 피크닉 세트 대여, 에코 패밀리 마켓 운영, 클래식 음악회, 피아노, 바이올린 연주회 등 다양한 문화 공연을 선보일 계획입니다. 남녀노소 누구나 함께할 수 있는 문화 공간, 모두 다 윈윈할 수 있는 공간으로 밀락 수변공원을 만들어 나가고자 합니다.
네, 알겠습니다. So he said from July 1st, Millak Waterfront Park will be a no alcohol zone. The district revised a related ordinance on designing a no alcohol zone last November, and it was the first district in Busan to do so. It went through a painstaking review process, including expert input, surveys, and public forums to reach this final decision. And businesses are, of course, worried about their profits going down if the park goes dry. But the district expects there be actually an opposite effect. The park will be cleaner and family friendly, and there will be room for more diverse cultural contents and leisure, ultimately bringing more people to the park. So in preparation for this, the district did maintenance and upkeep over damages from Typhoon Hinnamnor and improved the landscape to add photo spots as well. They will also rent out picnic sets for free, hold an eco-family market, classical concerts, piano and violin recitals, among others, for a culturally enriching space. So definitely exciting to think about this area becoming a dry but also no alcohol zone for all the family members as well. Now let's move on from Millak to Mangmi. Parts of Mangmi Traditional Market was selected by the Land Infrastructure and Transport Ministry's Urban Regeneration Alley Market Revitalization Site. And the project began this year. So what kind of programs are in place? 네, 국토교통부의 도시재생사업 골목상권 특화 재생형 대상지로 수영구의 망미 종합시장 일원이 선정이 됐는데요. 어떤 사업들이 진행되고 있습니까?
네, 말씀하신 대로 지난해 12월에 국토교통부 도시재생사업 골목상권 특화 재생형 대상지로 망미동 지역이 선정이 되었습니다. 총 사업비 240억 중에 국비가 120억, 시비가 60억, 구비가 60억 이렇게 확보되었고요.
네.
금년부터 2026년까지 4년간 망미종합시장 일원을 중심으로 골목상권 특화 재생, 정주환경 개선 사업과 거점 시설 및 주민교류 공간 조성 사업 등을 추진할 계획입니다. 우선 올해는 4개년 사업의 첫 해로서 원활한 사업 추진을 위한 준비 단계로 망미동 도시재생 주민협의체를 발족하고 연내 착공을 목표로 주요 정주환경 개선 사업과 거점 시설 건립 사업을 위한 행정협의와 건축기본계획 및 실시 설계를 추진할 예정이고요.
네.
현재 진행되고 있는 사업은 노주택 집수리 지원 사업입니다. 20년 이상 오래된 주택의 외부 환경 개선을 지원하는 사업으로 가구당 최대 1,200만 원을 지원하며 금년에는 3억 원의 사업비로 약 한 25가구 정도가 혜택을 볼 거로 기대하고 있습니다. 망미동 도심 재생 사업을 통해 주민 공동체가 활성화되고 정주 환경 개선으로 망미 지역의 가치가 획기적으로 향상될 수 있도록 최선을 다할 것입니다.
네, 잘 알겠습니다. So he said the Mangmi area was selected by the Land Ministry's Urban Regeneration Alley Market Revitalization site and secured a 24 billion won budget. So 12 billion national, 6 billion from the city, and 6 billion district budget. And for the next 4 years, the district will conduct projects on revitalizing the alley businesses, improving residential environment, basic facilities, and community spaces. A project that's underway right now is providing support for repairing old houses that are over 20 years old, including their walls, windows, fixing, and leaks. And it provides up to 12 million won per household. And about 25 households qualify this year for a total budget of 300 million won. He said the district will try its best to revitalize the residential community through this program and to improve the residential environment to vastly improve the value of the Mangmi area. Well, now, after the tragic accident at a school zone in Yeongdo, Suyong District also conducted a special safety inspection. So what did you find as a result and what kind of improvements are needed? 이 영도구 스쿨존에서 사고가 있고 나서 수영구에서도 관내 통학로에 특별 안전 점검을 하셨다고 들었습니다. 이 수영구 스쿨존의 통학로는 현재 어떤 상태이고 어떤 안전 대책이 필요할까요?
네, 영도구에서 발생한 안타까운 스쿨존 사고의 재발 방지와 안전한 통학로 환경 조성을 위해 우리 구에서는 지난 5월 10일부터 16일까지 관련 부서, 경찰, 학교, 학부모, 민간단체 등 총 100여 명이 참여해 어린이 보호구역 39개소 전역에 대해서 안전실태 전수조사를 실시하였습니다.
네.
실태조사 결과를 보면 어린이 보호구역 방호울다리 설치, 교통체계 개선 등 총 86건의 건의사항이 접수되었고 정비 예산으로 총 약 한 8억 3천여만 원이 필요할 것으로 조사되었습니다.
네.
우선 정비가 시급한 통학로의 안전시설물부터 자체 예산 2억 4,700만 원을 투입해서 조치 중에 있으며 수영초, 민안초, 배산초 3개 교회는 먼저 보행환경 개선 사업과 어린이집, 유치원 등 10개소의 미끄럼 방지 포장, 교통안전시설물 정비 등으로 안전한 등하굣길을 조속한 시일 내에 조성할 계획입니다. 특히 경사로 등 고위험 통학로가 있는 학교 등은 보행자용이 아닌 차량용 방호 울타리를 설치해서 더 이상 소중한 어린 생명이 희생당하는 일이 없도록 최선을 다하겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다. This is great to hear. So he said the district conducted a full safety inspection over the 39 school zones from May 10th to the 16th with 102 people from the police, local schools, parents, and civic groups as well. As a result, the district received 86 recommendations, including safety fences and improving the traffic system in school zones. These will require a total of 837 million won. And he shared that the district has allocated 247 million won of its own budget for the most urgent safety issues, and these are under repair right now. They will also put in pedestrian safety improvements around 3 elementary schools, which are Suyong, Minan, and also Busan, and pave the roads around daycares and kindergartens with anti-slip pavement and conduct upkeep with traffic safety signs and other facilities. In particular, Sumi Elementary School and Cheonsa Kindergarten in Namcheon are located on high-risk areas such as on a slope. So once they get the city's budget, they will install safety fences fences for vehicles, which are much stronger than pedestrian fences to ensure that no young lives are lost from such accidents. Well, that's going to do it for today's The Interview. We touched upon the topic of the Gwangalli Beach and, of course, Mangmi area and the safety of kids around Suyong District with the district mayor of Suyong District, Mr. 강성태. 네, 오늘은 강성태 수영구청장과 함께 자세한 이야기 나눠봤는데요. 구청장님, 오늘 출연 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다.
All right, and that's going to do it for today's The Interview. With that, the time is now 11:29, and let's take a quick song break. This is Marshmello with Be Kind.
Wanna believe that you don't have a bad bone in your body. But the bruises on your ego make you go wow, 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 yeah. Wanna believe that even when you're stone cold, you're sorry. Tell me why you gotta be so out of your mind, yeah. I know you're choking on your fears. Already told you I'm right here. I will stay by your side every night. I don't know why you hide from the one that close your eyes to the one mess up and lies to the one that you love. When you know you can cry to the one always confide in the one you can be kind to the one that you love. I know you need the upper hand even when we aren't fighting. Cause in the past you had to prepare every time, yeah. Don't wanna leave. But if you're gonna fight, then do it for me. I know you built a love for broken down, so just try, I know you're choking on your fears. Already told you I'm right here. I will stay by your side every night. I don't know why you hide from the one that close your eyes to the one mess up and lies to the one that you love. When you know you can cry to the one always confide in the one you can be kind to the one that you love. I know it's hard for you, but it's not fair. Going sick in the head, trying to get you there. And I know it's hard for you, but it's not fair. It's not fair. I don't know why you hide from the one. Can't close your eyes to the one mess up and lie to the one that you love. When you know you can cry to the one, always confide in the one you can be kind to the one that you love. When you know you can cry to the one, always confide in the one you can be kind to the one that you love.
Welcome back to Busan Worldwide. I'm your host, Stephanie Yoon. The time is now 11:32, and it's time for Up Busan 2030. This is a daily campaign segment here at Busan Worldwide to learn more about World Expo until November, because that's when the host city for the 2030 World Expo will be decided on. Now let's jump into it. So on June 20th in Paris, France, during the fourth presentation for the 2030 World Expo, the specific concept of the Busan World Expo site located at Busan North Port was unveiled. 지난 20일 프랑스 파리에서 열린 2030 세계 박람회 4차 경쟁 프레젠테이션에서 부산 엑스포가 열리는 현장인 부산항 북항의 구체적인 콘셉트가 공개됐습니다. So this design concept of the 2030 Busan World Expo venue is called Re-Earth. Inspired by hanok, a traditional Korean house that, harmonizes nature, people, and technology, the concept aims to create a space space for sustainable living within the expo site. The plan is to construct all buildings using sustainable materials as much as possible. And the energy used on the expo site will be 100% green energy and environmentally friendly future transportation methods such as UAM, urban air mobility, and hydrogen trams will be utilized as well. Also at the expo's venue is located by the sea, so there are plans to offer new experiences that can be felt in a maritime city. There will be waterfront spaces such as the floating park, a waterfront area, and an infinite ocean, all created on the sea. So just imagining the 2030 Busan World Expo venue is definitely exciting. Okay, that was the update for the Busan World Expo daily campaign here at Busan Worldwide. Now let's move on to the daily Expo quiz. So on June 20th, during the BIE General Assembly held in Paris, France, President Yoon took the stage to promote our city Busan, leaving a strong impression on member countries. President Yoon stated the following, so I quote, "The 1851 London Expo and the 1900 Paris Expo have each served to spread the British Industrial Revolution and French arts and culture to the world. The 2000 Hanover Expo has helped economies and industries turn their focus from technology first to nature and environment. And the 2030 Busan World Expo will be remembered as one shifting our priority from competition to solidarity." So here's the question for today. 네, 엑스포 관련 문제 드리겠습니다. Which country and city hosted the World Expo in the year 2000? Which country and city hosted the World Expo in the year 2000? 네, 20세기를 마감한 2000년 엑스포는 어느 나라 어느 도시에서 열렸을까요? And the question was, which country and city hosted the World Expo in the year 2000? If you're listening closely, you probably heard. The answer is Hanover, Germany. 네, 정답은 바로 독일 하노버 엑스포입니다. So Hanover Expo presented projects in 6 different areas and was praised for introducing a new format where, participating countries worked on solving them. It was known for its focus on scientific and technological advancement, development, and the balance of the natural environment, establishing itself as the birthplace of the 4th Industrial Revolution. Very interesting indeed. And that's it for Up Busan 2030, a daily campaign for the Busan World Expo. And we're going to continue this until November. With that, let's take a quick song break. This is Level of Concern by 21 Pilots.
To go steady, wondering, would you be my little quarantine, or is this the way it ends? 'Cause I told you my level of concern, but you walk by like you never heard. You could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright, tell me we're okay. Panic on the brain, Michael's gone insane. Julie starts to make me nervous. I don't really care what they would say. I'm asking you to stay. My bunker underneath the surface. Wondering, would you be my little quarantine, or is this the way it ends? 'Cause I told you my level of concern, but you walk by like you never heard. You could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright, tell me we're okay. Yeah, tell me we're alright, tell me we're okay. Yeah, tell me we're alright, tell me we're okay. Bring down my level of told you my level of concern, but you walk by like you never heard. You could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. I need you. I need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Need you now. I need you now. 'Cause I told you my level of concern, but you walk by like you never heard. And you could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Yeah. Tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Yeah. Tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. You could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're okay. Yeah. In a world where you could just lie to me, and I'd be okay. We'll be okay. Level of concern. Baby, just need you to tell me we're alright. Tell me we're
Beyond the borders of Busan, bringing the world back to you. Busan Worldwide with Stephanie Yoon.
변은샘 기자의 News Insight. It's time for 변은샘 기자의 News Insight, and we have Miss 변은샘 from 부산일보 in the studio to share us all the things that's going on here in Busan. 네, 기자님 안녕하십니까?
안녕하세요.
네, 기자님 이달의 기자상 축하드립니다. 와! So it's really interesting, and we just want to congratulate our reporter 변은샘 for this month's reporting award, right? And she got this from the report on the Busan 돌려차기, right? So just want to congratulate her, and of course we are just it's lovely to have her in the studio today as well. So now let's jump into our topic for today. The crisis of local universities, regional universities, has long been mentioned as a problem to prevent the situation where universities are disappearing one by one as the number of young people decreases in the regions outside of the capital area. The government has announced a policy to revitalize regional universities. So today we're going to be talking about what's called the Global University 30. 네, 지방대학 위기는 문제로 거론된 지 정말 오래됐는데요. 지역의 청년이 줄어들면서 대학이 하나 둘 사라지는 사태를 막기 위해 지방대 살리기 정책을 정부가 내놨습니다. 오늘은 글로컬대학 30에 대해 이야기 나눠보겠습니다.
벚꽃 엔딩이라는 말을 들어보셨나요?
네.
몇 년 전부터 봄마다 거론되는 말인데요. 이 말은 벚꽃 피는 순서대로 대학 문을 닫는다는 이야기입니다. 그만큼 빠른 속도로 폐교 위기에 놓인 지방 대학이 많다는 얘기겠죠.
네.
학령 인구 감소가 본격화되면서 더욱이 인구 자체가 줄어드는 지역에서는 신입생 정원을 채우지 못하고 문을 닫는 일이 늘어나고 있습니다. 문제는 지방 대학이 무너지면 그 지역에서 일할 청년들이 사라져서 지역 소멸로 이어질 수 있다는 점인데요. 이런 소멸 위기에 놓인 지방대를 구제하기 위해 이번에 정부가 글로컬대학 30 정책을 내놨습니다.
네. So she asked, have you heard of the phrase cherry blossom ending? It has been mentioned every spring for a few years now. This phrase means that universities close their doors in the order that their region's cherry blossoms bloom. It signifies the rapid pace at which regional universities are facing the crisis of closure. And with the decline of the student age population, regions with a shrinking populations are experiencing an increasing number of universities unable to fill their freshman quotas and also closing down. The problem is that when regional universities shut down, the young people who would work at these regions will leave the region. So to address this issue and the crisis, the government has introduced what's called the Global University 30 policy. 이 글로컬대학 30, 이게 어떤 정책인가요?
한마디로 윤석열 정부의 지방대 지원 정책인데요. 글로컬대학 30에 최종 선정된 대학은 5년간 1,000억 원을 지원받습니다.
네.
지원 규모가 좀 워낙 큰 만큼 이번 사업에 108개 지방대가 조전을 했고요. 이 중 27곳이 통합을 전제로 공동 신청했습니다. 최종적으로는 10곳이 선정될 예정입니다.
그렇군요. So Global University 30 is a regional university support policy of the President Yoon Suk-yeol's administration. The university selected as part of the Global University 30 will receive 100 billion won in support over a period of 5 years. And as the scale of support is significant, 108 regional universities applied for this project, with 27 of them jointly applying based on the premise of integration. And ultimately, 10 universities are expected to be selected. 그럼 부산에서는 어떤 대학이 예비 지정됐나요?
네, 지난 20일 글로컬 대학 예비 지정에서 부산대가 부산의 열화 대학 중에 유일하게 선정이 됐습니다.
네.
경남 울산에서는 인제대, 경상국립대, 울산대가 예비 지정됐습니다. 여기서 주목해야 할 점은 부산대가 부산교대와의 통합을 전제로 혁신안을 냈다는 점입니다. 논란이 많았던 부산대와 부산교대 통합이 이번 글로컬 대학 지원으로 본격적으로 절차를 밟기 시작했다는 분석도 나오고 있습니다.
I see. So in the provisional designation of local universities, Busan National University and also was the only university selected among the various universities in Busan. In Gyeongnam and Ulsan, Inje University, Gyeongsang National University, and Ulsan University were provisionally designated. Now, Busan National University proposed an innovative plan based on the integration with Busan National University of Education, and it's speculated that the controversial integration between these two universities has begun to proceed in earnest through this local university support. 그럼 다른 지역도 대학 통폐합 모델을 제시했나요?
네, 초 정부가 글로컬 대학 사례로 통합 모델을 제시하기도 했는데요. 정부는 대학 간 통폐합에 사실상의 추가 예산과 함께 가산점을 부여하겠다고 밝혔습니다. 그만큼 이번에 부산대가 예비 지정된 것도 부산교대와의 통합이 큰 역할을 했다는 평가가 나옵니다. 부산대 이외에도 강원대와 강릉 원주대, 안동대와 경북 도립대, 충북대와 한국교통대까지 총 4곳이 통합을 전제로 글로컬 대학에 신청을 했습니다.
그렇군요. So originally, the government suggested the consolidation model through the local university case, excuse me, and the government announced that it would provide additional funding and incentives for university mergers. That's why the provisional designation of Busan National University in this case is seen as having played significant role in the integration with Busan University of Education. In addition to Busan National University, a total of 4 universities applied for local university based on the premise of integration. 말씀하신 부산대와 부산교대 통합은 어떻게 논의가 된 거죠?
부산대와 부산교대 통합은 지난 2021년부터 얘기가 나왔는데요.
네.
당시 각 대학의 총장이 통합 MOU를 맺으면서 논의가 시작이 됐지만 구성원들의 합의가 없었던 만큼 교대 구성원들의 반발에 부딪혔습니다. 이후 여러 차례 통합을 시도를 했는데 반발이 커서 사실상 통합은 무산되는 수순이었습니다. 그러다가 이번 글로컬 대학 사업에서 대학 간 통합에 대해 추가 예산 지원까지 하겠다고 나서니까 부산대가 지난 4월 부산교대 통합을 전격 제안한 겁니다. 과거와 달리 이번에는 구성원들의 의견 수렴 절차까지 확보를 해서 이번 글로컬 대학 지원을 계기로 두 대학의 통합이 속도를 낼 것으로 전망되고 있습니다.
I see. So the merger between Busan National University and Busan National University of Education has been a topic of discussion since 2021. At that time, the presidents of both universities initiated discussions by signing MOU for the merger. However, due to the lack of consensus among the members, there was significant resistance from the faculty and staff as well. Despite several attempts at integration, the opposition was substantial. However, things took a new turn when the Global University Project announced additional funding support for university mergers. Seizing this opportunity, Busan National University unexpectedly actually proposed a merger to Busan National University of Education in April of this year. And unlike in the past, they have made efforts to gather opinions from the members, and it's expected that the integration of two universities will definitely gain momentum through the support from the Global University Project. 그럼 앞으로의 절차는 어떻게 진행되는 건가요?
일단 글로컬 대학 예비 대학으로 지정된 두 대학은 오늘 9월까지 대학 구성원 동의서와 세부 계획안을 제출해야 합니다. 부산대는 부산교대와 통합을 통해 종합 교원 양성 체제를 갖추고 양산 캠퍼스를 활성화하겠다는 계획을 내놨었는데요. 이후 본지정 평가를 거쳐서 오늘 10월 최종 글로컬 대학으로 지정이 됩니다.
그렇군요. So she shared that the two universities, which have been designated as preliminary universities for the Global University Project, are required to submit, excuse me, it's very dry today, right? Submit consent forms from their respective members and detailed plans by September. Busan National University has presented a plan to establish a comprehensive teacher training system and revitalize its Yangsan campus through the merger with Busan National University of Education. Following the evaluation, the final designation as a global university will be announced in October. 이 글로컬 대학 예비 지정 평가에서 평가 기준은 어떤 것이었나요?
평가 영역은 혁신성, 성과 관리, 지역적 특성 이렇게 총 3가지였는데요. 교육부에 따르면 대학들이 제출한 혁신 기획서 대부분 급격한 인구와 산업 구조 변화에 유연하게 대응하고 변화하는 세계적 경향성에 발맞춰 가려는 대학들의 고민이 좀 담겨 있었다고 합니다. 그래서 무학과, 무학년, 무전공제 이렇게 학년이나 학과, 전공 사이 벽을 허물려는 시도가 많이 나왔다고 하네요.
그렇군요. So the evaluation covered 3 areas: innovation, performance management, and regional characteristics. According to the Ministry of Education, most universities' innovation proposals reflected their efforts to respond flexibly to rapid population and industrial structural changes and align with global trends. Many attempts were made to break down barriers with academic years and departments and majors, such as removing academic years, removing specific majors, and removing department-based constraints. 지방대 사정이 어려운 이 시점에서 글로컬 대학에 지정되지 않은 대학들은 고민이 더 깊어질 것 같습니다.
예, 맞습니다. 5년간 1,000억 원이라는 이례적으로 큰 지원도 그렇지만 워낙 지방대를 둘러싼 환경이 점점 더 열악해지고 있어서 이번 기회를 놓치면 도태될 수 있다는 불안도 컸습니다. 일단 글로컬 대학에 예비 지정된 대학들과 그렇지 않은 대학들 사이 격차는 아무래도 좀 커질 수밖에 없을 것 같습니다. 이번 평가에서 정부는 혁신성에 큰 비중을 뒀는데요. 부산대, 부산교대와 같은 물리적인 통합이거나 내부에서의 벽 허물기로 글로컬 대학 정책 전과 후의 모습이 달라질 수 있도록 한 겁니다. 그만큼 일단 글로컬 대학에 예비 지정된 대학들은 혁신에 대한 기대가 모이고 있는 상황입니다.
그렇군요. So the unprecedented support of 100 billion won over 5 years is substantial, but the deteriorating environment surrounding regional universities has raised concerns that they could face extinction if they miss this opportunity, right? And it is inevitable that the gap will widen between the universities designated as the universities for the Global University Project and those that are not. The government placed significant emphasis on innovation in this evaluation, and by encouraging physical integration, such as the merger between Busan National University and the Busan National University of Education, or breaking down internal barriers, right? The government aims to bring about a noticeable change in the policies and outcomes of the Global University Project. Consequently, the universities that have been designated as preliminary universities are garnering high expectations for their innovative potential. 그럼 마지막으로 이번 글로컬 대학 예비 지정 총 정리해 주시죠.
네, 소멸 위기에 놓인 지방 대학을 살리기 위해 정부가 글로컬 대학 30이라는 정책을 마련했습니다. 5년간 무려 1,000억 원이라는 지원하는 규모가 큰 지원 정책인데요. 그만큼 대학 간 경쟁률도 매우 높았습니다. 10곳을 최종 선정하는데 전국 108개 대학이 지원을 했죠. 이 중 대학 간 통폐합 또는 내부의 통폐합에 초점을 맞춰서 정부가 예비 지정을 했습니다. 부산에서는 부산대와 부산교대가 글로컬 대학으로 예비 지정됐는데요. 올 10월 최종 결정이 난다고 합니다.
네.
지방대 소멸은 지역 전체의 위기로 이어지는데 이번 글로컬 대학 정책이 지방대에게 큰 혁신의 기회로 자리 잡았으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 맞습니다. So she shared that to save regional universities, the government has devised a policy called the Global University 30, which is a significant support in initiatives providing a 100 billion won over 5 years. As a result, the competition among universities has become intense, and out of 108 universities that applied nationwide, around 10 will be selected in the final round, and government has focused on mergers between universities or internal consolidation for the preliminary designation. And in Busan, both Busan National University and Busan National University of Education have been designated as preliminary universities for the Global University project. And the final decision will be made in October, so our hope is that this Global University policy will provide a great opportunity for innovation for regional universities. Well, that's going to do it for today's 변은샘 기자의 News Insight, talking about Global University 30 with our reporter Miss 변은샘 from 부산일보. 네, 기자님, 오늘 소식은 여기까지 듣겠습니다. 감사합니다.
예, 감사합니다.
All right, and that's going to do it for today. The time is now 11:54, which means we do have to wrap up pretty soon. We will be back next week with all the highlights of the interview, so stay tuned for that at 11 a.m. on Saturday. This program was produced by Tina Park, written by Pang Mira. I've been your host, Stephanie Yoon, and the final song for today is Bob Dylan with Knocking on Heaven's Door. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Mama put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door.
지그재그로 움직인대.
누가?
척추 라인에 맞춰서 움직인대.
누가?
누구기?